For most people over 40, health is defined by a mechanical dial locking in on a lower number every morning. Weight loss, when pursued through standard calorie restriction alone, often involves the body cannibalizing its own skeletal muscle to meet its energy demands. Relying on a standard scale creates a dangerous blind spot. It validates a drop in weight while ignoring the rapid destruction of the very tissue required to keep the body young. Skeletal muscle functions as a massive endocrine organ, acting as the body's primary metabolic buffer by storing glucose and preventing the onset of insulin resistance. This comparison shows the onset of sarcopenia, the age-related decay of muscle quality. On the left, a healthy fiber bundle. On the right, a bundle marbled with fat and depleted by mitochondrial dysfunction and shifting hormones. This cellular erosion causes chronological age to detach from biological age. Clinical data shows that muscle mass and grip strength are more accurate predictors of hospitalization and total lifespan than BMI. Preserving this specific tissue is the most effective clinical intervention available to decelerate an individual's biological aging clock. Muscle and bone health are locked in a symbiotic loop. When muscle tissue degrades, the mechanical signal required to maintain bone density vanishes, which directly accelerates the onset of osteoporosis. This cycle manifests as a loss of grip strength, persistent chronic fatigue, and a measurable decline in physical balance as the body loses its structural integrity. Skeletal muscle also secretes signaling molecules called myokines, like BDNF and irisin, that cross the blood-brain barrier and regulate immune function. As muscle mass disappears, this internal communication shuts down, leaving the brain vulnerable to cognitive decline and leaving the immune system without its primary anti-inflammatory signals. The silent neuromuscular erosion happening in your body today directly determines the physical floor of your 80-year-old self. The fragile version of your future is a direct result of the metabolic and mechanical choices you prioritize right now. Because muscle loss stems from a shifting combination of nerve disconnection and cellular resistance, we utilize the proprietary RTC framework to target your specific stage of decline. The muscle preservation phase is for active adults who still possess significant mass but are approaching the anabolic cliff, where the body begins to prioritize muscle breakdown over repair. Muscle restoration is designed for those already experiencing sarcopenia, using high-intensity clinical stimulus to resensitize stubborn muscle fibers and restore lost diameter. Muscle Rescue targets seniors facing severe osteosarcopenia, focusing on re-establishing the neuromuscular connection to prevent falls and maintain physical autonomy. Commercial gym routines fail because they ignore these distinct biological phases. Reversing age-related decay requires a clinical protocol matched to your body's exact stage of deterioration. We identify your starting phase using the Evolt BioAge scan, a clinical diagnostic tool that maps visceral fat levels and skeletal muscle mass to determine your true skeletal muscle grade. Your results guide our custom strength training protocol, where a strict 1:4 coach-to-member ratio ensures the mechanical tension is high enough to trigger a cellular response without risking injury. High precision is required to overcome anabolic resistance, the state where aging muscles become deaf to the standard exercise signals that worked in your youth. Overcoming this resistance requires a specific mathematical pairing. You must consume between 1.2 and 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, ensuring each meal hits the 3-gram leucine trigger required to jumpstart muscle synthesis. Resistance training only works if the nutritional threshold is met. Rebuilding the aging body is a matter of pairing high mechanical tension with precise amino acid timing. We are accepting applicants for our 12-week case study program. Participants commit to 3 clinical strength sessions per week and bi-weekly Evolt biological data tracking to document their progress. This program requires a financial commitment fee that is fully credited back to you upon the successful completion of all 90 days of training and data submission. This structure ensures we only work with individuals committed to a rigorous data tracking initiative, rather than those seeking a casual gym membership. Click the link below to submit your application and schedule your initial Evolt scan and consultation. Our recent data confirms the efficacy of this model. Last month, participant David H. added 4 pounds of skeletal muscle in 12 weeks while reversing his clinical pre-diabetic glucose markers. We help you live years longer and years stronger, because this is where muscle matters most. The metabolic window to preserve your independence is narrow. Clicking that link today is the first step in reclaiming the strength of your future self.